In my presentation, we will take you through our operations and project developments in Africa and in Morocco. And through this presentation, you will see our strengths, the quality of our deposit, and the skills, our sustainability development, and the portfolio, or the solidity of the portfolio we have. Managem is an international diversified mining company. We are a major player in the Moroccan mining since 1928, listed in Casablanca Stock Exchange, and we have more than 10 years operations in Africa. We have 20 industrial sites actually, with 15 scientists engaged in innovation and R&D, 14 processing methods, and six patents. The manpower is composed by 2,500 employees in more than 5 countries, and our product are base metals with copper, zinc, and lead, and cobalt, precious metals with silver and gold, and other products such as fluorspar, zinc oxide, arsenic, nickel sulfate, and sodium sulfate. Our revenue is for the 2010 is $341 million, and for the half of this year, $220 million, and our market capitalization is $1.8 billion. Mid-sized company by revenue, but majors by our portfolio and our project for the future. We are an integrated mining group, and we are doing all activities in-house, from exploration to marketing, R&D, engineering, services, mining, processing, and also metallurgy for some commodities such as cobalt and smithsonite, and the center of our activity, sustainable development. Our main operations actually are in Morocco with 7 sites, and we have advanced project and greenfield project in 7 countries in Africa, and 1 subsidiary we are present in Switzerland with our private trader, exclusive trader. More important, Managem is doing its development through those service subsidiaries, Reminex, which is involved in valorization, engineering, and exploration, Sagax in geophysics and topography, TechSub in drilling and underground work, and for the next few years, probably in open pit, and Manatrade, which is based in Switzerland for trading. Our operations, the silver mine, we are producing actually 250 tons per year. It's an epithermal deposit in a Pan-African magmatic arc for geologists, one of the rare mines in the world to produce silver as primary commodity, and also particular by its high grade. Actually, we are producing 500 grams per ton, which is very particular, and in the past, more than 1,000, and we are still confident that we can find a rich deposit in this area. Fluorspar, located in the central part of Morocco, we are producing 19 tons of concentrate with a high grade. It's a good quality, more than 98% of fluoride, and confident in terms of possibility of the future for this operation. You can I forget to mention that that all our operations are long life. The fluorspar mine deposit was discovered at 1974, and it's still under production, and it's the same for the first mine I will talk about, which is for cobalt. Polymetallic mines, which is near Marrakech city, famous touristic city, and I welcome you anytime to visit us there. It's a volcanogenic massive sulfide deposit where we are producing zinc, lead, and copper concentrate, 85,000 tons of concentrate of zinc, 20,000 of lead, and 15,000 of copper. We have many deposits around the area discovered recently, and possibly to expand in the future. The gold and copper mine, those operations are separate. The gold one, in which we produced 20,000, actually 500, but in the beginning it was for 100,000 per year, ounces I mean. And the copper, we produced 25,000 tons of copper. We have a good potential there, as you can see in results. It's 25 million ounces, and we think we can earn a ton of ore. And we think we can double it at least. So we have a project to expand this mine in the next few years. Cobalt and derivative. The cobalt was the first operation of Managem since 1928. It's a Pan-African greenstone belt, and the deposit is a hydrothermal vein type. We are producing, through mining operations and hydrometallurgy, a pure cathode at 90.3%. It's a result of the RD we are involving in our group. This mine is also unique, I think, because it's the one in the world actually which producing cobalt as a primary product, and the grade is also high. In fact, we are more than 1% of cobalt. Some byproducts are nickel, gold, arsenic. The equation is inverse there. Normally, cobalt is byproduct to nickel. In this case, nickel is byproduct for cobalt. Excuse me. Yes, perspective of this operation is through our innovation center. We are trying to develop derivative because the market of cobalt we need to develop as discussed before. We need to develop derivative such as cobalt lithium, cobalt oxide. Actually, we are piloting the production of cobalt oxide successfully. Our project development, the silver mine is going to be expanded to 300 tons per year of silver. We will start to produce since the mid of 2013. Gold project in Gabon, near to the border with Congo-Brazzaville. We are going to produce 45,000 ounces per year. Small operation, but profitable. In fact, the cash cost is $500 per ounce, which is competitive and also expandable. We have for more than 1,000 square kilometers around this operation with a significant target. Sudan is one of the best projects we have outside of Morocco with 3 blocks, Block 15, 9, and 24. The Block 15 is under feasibility study to produce 100 ounces per year, 100,000 ounces per year, and our target, as mentioned there, is 3 million ounces of gold, maybe more. We have 23 square kilometers in Sudan, and it's similar, as you can see in this map, it's similar to it's the shield, the Nubian Arabian Shield, similar to what has been discovered in Saudi Arabia in the south and in the south of Egypt. I think it's a context of million ounces. 24, it's in greenfield stage. 9, which is also in greenfield stage. And now in DRC. DRC, we are on copper and cobalt. Up to now, we have 270,000 tons of cobalt metal and 70,000 of cobalt, and our target is to reach 500,000 of cobalt and 100,000 of copper, and 100,000 of cobalt. Our project is under feasibility studies, and we will start to produce in the next few years. We start with 500 tons per year of copper. But our objective, our short-term objective is 25 to 30,000 tons of copper per year, which is significant in terms of the size of operation. Let us to come back to Morocco. Bouscour. Bouscour is a recent discovery of our geologists, and we think that it's a porphyry copper deposit. Our resources actually is 15 million tons, and we think we can double it at least. The project is under feasibility study, and our target is to produce between 20 to 25 tons of copper metal as first step. Now, some green project. We are producing zinc oxide from the waste of the calamite mines or smithsonite, sodium sulfate from the effluent of the other plants, cobalt, for instance, and calamite and the smithsonite. And we have a project to produce sulfuric acid and iron based on the mine waste, the polymetallic mine waste I talked about before. Zero CO2, producing energy, and also we have an e-waste project, a small one, but as for other projects, expandable to have more sense in terms of size. Our vision is to build a leading regional mining group in precious metals, base metals, and other metals if the opportunity is important. In terms of the size, we plan to exceed $1 billion in the next few years in terms of revenue. Now we are competitive. We have solid fundamentals to realize our vision. Our strategy based on 3 pillars: portfolio, R&D, and experience. And our target in terms of production: 2 million ounces of silver, 300,000 ounces of gold with a resource of 6 million ounces, 70,000 tons of copper, and 5,000 tons of cobalt. Thank you, and if you have a question, I will be happy to answer.
As I said, it's really just